where they found somebody who they can now think is a stranger. Therefore, he or she must be dealt with to teach him or her a lesson. So asking about Senator Natasha's knowledge of the rules is neither here nor there. That's not the point. Somebody has alleged that somebody sexually assaulted her. Okay? So if that is the case, that is a very weighty matter that does not require the man just sitting down there and laughing and presiding over his own case. Are we primitive? Are we not civilized enough? I am outraged at what has happened, because if we continue going this way, the world is not waiting for us. Sooner than later, already nobody takes us seriously. We are going to be marked as a nation of people who don't use their common sense. So it has nothing to do with our knowledge. It has everything to do with the character and lack of integrity.
Our lives as a people, our lives has turned to nothing. We are suffering in our country, and it comes from here. And every day we get mockery from the people. And when we come to media, we're expecting the seriousness of the issue to be taken on. And there's laughter. And so that's it. The questions were more focused on, what Senator Natasha has done. No, that's not it. The question should be on, why do we have this? Someone has come out to talk about sexual allegations.
Well, Mrs.
And we
Yusufu,
live in a country where people are not protected.
Any laughter.
Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to this Facebook page and YouTube channel. Okay guys, without wasting much of time, I would like to play you guys a video of Aisha Yusufu on Chinese television. Hear what this lady said concerning the suspension of Senator Natasha. See, Aisha Yusufu is one person I like so much in Nigeria because of her outspoken, because she say it the way it is. And you still see one man on this video. See, that man give you kudos for saying the truth and say it out. I respect you guys for that. And this Chinese television, this host, you must be a disgrace, for real. You must be a disgrace. Guys, take your time and watch this video. See what happened on this video. Then we'll come back. Please do me a favor by sharing this video. Aisha, kudos to you, Aisha.
Just also to recap the fact that we're talking about this and as what women should be fighting for. This is not about women. This is about a nation. This is about us citizens. The fact that we almost seem to be enslaved in our own country. And there is a pattern. And I think what we need to focus on, we like to major in the minor as a people. Let's focus on the major issue. One is the fact that there is an allegation here, and in the course of all that, I call it a charade. And I think there was one of the presenters who took a word out of my, because I've written it, I was like, the Senate almost seems as if it's a court-like, MiFi-like institution, where anybody who speaks or goes against the institution is immediately suspended. But when they do wrong, they are never suspended. You've never heard of a senator or a National Assembly member being suspended because they did something wrong. It is always when they are either fighting for their rights or on the side of the people that they are always being suspended. Having said that, also is the fact that what should concern us, we should be majoring on right now. And I didn't hear that in the course of the conversation. Maybe when I was thrown off, the Zoom had problem. You guys have talked about it. Why wasn't Senator Akpabio asked to step down for the moment that they were going to do that session? Why was he sitting? How do you come? You're the person who is being accused of something, and then you're also the judge on your own matter. In what world does that sound okay? Even if the senators didn't have the courage to ask him to step down, didn't Senator Akpabio have the integrity to excuse himself and say, because this matter, I am a party to this matter, I will not sit on this, I will come down. The thing also we also should be talking about, and I'll round up with this one, for us to focus on the major, not on whether she knows the rush, she doesn't, because if we begin to talk of senators who have done a whole lot that that have not gone with the rules, there are many out there. The thing we should also be asking, why would the Senate have the right to take away something the Constitution has given one? Because becoming a sin, why do they have a right to suspend you from your legislative duties. I understand that you've done something. There should be punishment. You can be suspended from being part of a committee or doing any the other things. But someone was voted by a constituency and they sent the person to the Senate. The Senate, the members of the Senate are not the ones that gave that power to that person, but they have a right to take it away, something that the Constitution has given. These are conversations we should be having. Thank you.
All right. I'm tempted to ask, just before I go to Mr. Onyekpere, if I gain anything from what you have said, is it okay to break institutional rules in the path to advocating for what is right?
It is not okay to break institutional rules. It is okay to challenge institutional rules. There are some of them that you need to bring to the fore. The reasons why rules get better is that there are some rules, when you look at them, they are not just, they are not either not ethical or they just don't make sense. And in challenging them, you get them to be changed. So let me give you an example, and I'm going to go back to the civil rights movement. When Rosa Parks refused to stand up, you understand, it was a rule that whenever you see a white person, there's no seat, you have to give up your seat. When she refused to stand up, that was challenging a rule that didn't make sense. And along the way, this is the conversation we should be having. So it's not, nothing is always written in black and white. Where in the world does it make sense? I have an issue, I have a problem, something has been done against me, and then I need someone else to write a petition on my behalf. I think lawyers call something busybodies when you go and carry something that it's not on your behalf. It doesn't make sense. So certain rules should be challenged, and in challenging them, yes, you do it and say, let's talk about these rules. So not to talk about the technicalities of, oh, whether she understand what she's doing. She was called someone that came in a Supreme Court senator, so she doesn't know this, she doesn't know that. Half of the, in short, 99.9% of the people at the Senate, what do they really know?
All right. I'll take the same question to Mr. Onyekpere. What are your thoughts on Senator Akpabio's handling of her case of allegations of sexual harassment against the Senate President? And what are the lessons for her?
The questions you are asking to me, and what so many senators we are talking about on radio and television, is the sheer pedestrianization of a very, very serious national issue. They left the substance of the matter and went into abstruse, nonsensical, like that, say, formalism. How can the Senate display so much impunity writ large? A matter had been taken to court, and the court had given an interim order, gave a return date, and they thought in their own wisdom that they have a right to override the constitutional right of a citizen, of a senator, to go to court to present the matter wherever he feels that his civil rights and obligations have been violated. So what the Senate had done is unconstitutional, is illegal, and the whole way the matter was presented, pedestrianized and discussed, is just the usual old boys club, where they found somebody who they can now think is a stranger. Therefore, he or she must be dealt with to teach him or her a lesson. So asking about Senator Natasha's knowledge of the rules is neither here nor there. That's not the point. Somebody has alleged that somebody sexually assaulted her. Okay? So if that is the case, that is a very weighty matter that does not require the man just sitting down there and laughing and presiding over his own case. Are we primitive? Are we not civilized enough? I am outraged at what has happened, because if we continue going this way, the world is not waiting for us. Sooner than later, already nobody takes us seriously. We are going to be marked as a nation of people who don't use their common sense. So it has nothing to do with our knowledge. It has everything to do with the character and lack of integrity of those who operate in the system and simply want to drown the voice of somebody who raises a dissenting opinion. It is not proper, it is illegal, and it is unconstitutional. Finally, how can you suspend somebody elected to represent a zone for 6 months? Even under their rules and what the courts have said, the highest you could suspend such a fellow is about 2 weeks or thereabout. So who will be speaking on behalf of that zone for the 60 days, withholding salaries and all this? You could see the punitive backward mentality in how they announced with glee their punishment. Those in favor say aye, those against say nay. It's ridiculous, extremely ridiculous.
All right. Well, Mr. Oyepere, would appreciate if you just go straight to the question without, denigrating the person or my colleague or the question. I think that left a very bad taste. We can ask the questions based on what the people think, and we appreciate if you answer, without seeming to denigrate our person or the questions being asked. But I want us to move forward in the sense that I think both of you have agreed that there needs to be something done about the standing order, the rule book of the Senate, in that it doesn't allow or provide that channel to allow people who have been aggrieved to really seek redress in that sense. So you have to be a part of that cult in that sense, which means that if you go against it, you might not get redress. You always have to align in that sense. And I want both of you to speak to it. So where do we move on from here? Because it looks like everybody agrees that something needs to be done. But who is going to bail the cat? And I'll begin with Mrs. Yusufu, then come to you, Mr. Oyepere.
How do we move on from here is to take issues seriously. When he talked about, he wasn't denigrating you. He was just talking about the seriousness of this issue. I didn't say it in the studio. It's not about being denigrating. Our lives as a people, our lives has turned to nothing. We are suffering in our country, and it comes from here. And every day we get mockery from the people. And when we come to media, we're expecting the seriousness of the issue to be taken on. And there's laughter. And so that's it. The questions were more focused on, what Senator Natasha has done. No, that's not it. The question should be on, why do we have this? Someone has come out to talk about sexual allegations.
Well, Mrs.
And we live in a country where people are not protected. I didn't sense any laughter.
I'm not sure if you can see me, but there's no laughter on my face. So I'm not sure where you got the laughter from, Mr. Yusufu.
I'm the one, I'm giving you feedback on what I felt from what you said. You guys,
you said there was laughter on my face. And I'm putting it to you that there was no laughter on my face.
You can ask other viewers. And so this is the thing. Let's talk about these things and seriously with the seriousness that is required.
Mrs. Yusufu, I need you to acknowledge. I need you to acknowledge that there was no laughter on my face when I asked you the question. So you said there was laughter on my face.
I think so when you asked, I said when the conversation was going on.
Which of the conversations?
I joined this program before 7. I came on before 7. So I've stayed here for quite a bit. And that's what I'm talking about. And I'm saying right now, we have a Senate where a travesty has just gone on. And as a nation, we're almost like moving it. It's almost like a joke. And so it is not the joke. So I'm saying he's not denigrating you. I'm giving you feedback. If you want us to do the back and forth here, if I need to continue with the question, I would gladly.
No, there's no back and forth here. I just need to put things in proper perspective so people watching will understand what this is about. We're asking you questions. How do we move forward? And that's what the question is.
Yeah,
I really don't understand the backtracking, and I think this is what will really mess up the conversation if we're not able to tackle the issues as they are. How do we fix the issues in the Senate, in the institutions? Those are the questions, Mrs. Yusufu.
The question, before you ask the question, you talked about that your colleague was denigrated. And I needed to give you context that they weren't denigrated. It was a question that was raised when he said that.
And she didn't smile. She didn't smile when she asked the question. You realize that there was no smile on her face.
Back and forth instead of focusing on the issue.
Exactly. So please answer the question.
In the course of the conversation, we're doing a back and forth. If you would like, allow me to give you.
No, facts just have to be laid on the table, so nothing is misconstrued. That's all.
Exactly the same reason why I needed to give you that. It's not the smile. I said the room. The way it was, I think the seriousness of what we've just witnessed, it's not even here, talk less of on the street as we go on. And I need us to understand, this is a major issue. How do we go on from there? We need to understand there's a pattern. And there was something that was raised earlier on, because remember, there are always remote causes. I told you I've been here 6 before 7. I joined and I've been listening. We heard when former Senator Sheikh Hussaini talked about the fact that he almost got a suspension when he decided to reveal how much they were earning at the Senate. We've seen Senator Ninki, who got a suspension because of the fact that he came out to say that the budget was padded. We've seen other lawmakers who have. And this is it. We need to understand that there is a pattern whenever anybody speaks for Nigeria, stands for Nigeria, or they're fighting for their right, they are being suspended. How do we prevent this? It's for Nigeria to understand that this is not just about the senators that are out there. This is about every one of us. Are we standing to defend these senators? Are we standing to speak on their behalf? Are we standing to say enough is enough? The Senate should not do this. That is the way. It's a message we have to stand. Otherwise, we have a court-like, mafia-like institution that punishes anybody that goes against its own rules. Let me give you another example. The other thing, we saw the IG of police coming in to present a budget and bringing in something different from what had been given to the other senators. When one of the senators raised that, it was his own colleagues, other senators, that came after him. If we continue to look at these things and we do nothing, then we continue to do it. It is time for Nigerians to stand and call every one of them to order. It might be difficult. Do we need to start a calling process? Yes, it might look impossible, but just taking on the issue and say, oh, it is what it is, and asking questions based on, oh, what rule was broken, what rule was not broken, it's not going to get us anywhere. So we need to understand that these happenings, there's a pattern to it, and it is affecting us, it is affecting the quality of governance in our country. Thank you.
Okay, guys, you listen to this video, you watch everything that they said on this video. You know why I love this lady, Aisha? She always hits the nail on the head. And I love what that man said. Nigeria, that country, we are civilized. But you see the way these senators, all these people that hold the office, the way they are misbehaving in Nigeria. Okay, tell me, why the suspension is the question. Why did they suspend Natasha, Senator Natasha? This is a lady that is representing a state. She's representing a state. Now, they suspend her for 6 months. In recent, suspension was supposed to last 2 weeks, but they gave her 6 months. That is the wickedness right there. It's high time Nigeria stand to be tackling these issues, because every time you see Nigerians, for them to tackle the real issue, they will be going after the person that is affected. Like just the way they did in the case of Senator Natasha. For them to tackle Senator Akpabio, for them to say, okay, now Senator Akpabio needs to be resigned for the moment. This case just needs to be solved before they, put him in that office back again. No. They rather support him than to beat the person that was affected. That's what they did. Senator Akpabio, me, I know personally well that you will pay for your crime very soon. You will pay for your crime very soon. Guys, I will end this video. Aisha, God will bless you. God will bless you for the courage, for how you spoke out. God will bless you. Guys, please help me to share this video. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. As you do so, God bless you. See you guys on my next video. Stay safe, guys, and bye-bye.